Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the S.H.Figuarts Obito Uchiha Hollow Dreams of Despair. Now this is the only S.H.Figuarts Obito they've ever done, so it's a little redundant that they've got a subtitle on them, but that's just sort of what they're doing with the modern Naruto line. Sort of a good way to differentiate the new releases from the old releases. Now the last Naruto Figuarts I looked at was Orochimaru, and that was a fantastic figure, and pretty much all the Naruto SH Figuarts from 2022 onwards are pretty much all at a fantastic standard. Even the ones that I don't like that much are considerably better than some of the most average of other lines in the Figuarts series. Anyway, Obito is another antagonist in the Naruto franchise, and it's a little bit interesting that it's back-to-back villains. And much like Orochimaru, he comes with an accessory for another figure in the line, but unlike Orochimaru, the Obito is mainly designed for Shippuden figures, whereas the Orochimaru could fit between both lines perfectly just because of his outfit and design. Whereas Obito only appeared in Shippuden, and this design in particular worked only for the Great War. It would be interesting to see if we got like a full mask Toby or something like that further down the line, but I think they still need to tweak the robes just a tiny bit to make Akatsuki figures work. But anyway, taking a quick look at the box, it's the standard Naruto Figuarts design, so clear window into the front and promo image on the side. All along the sides and back, you can see all the different promo images and poses you can get him into, as well as a bit of an idea of what accessories he comes with. And taken out of the box, you can see he comes packing quite a bit. So he's got 4 alternate faces, an entirely separate masked head sculpt, an extra face for Shippuden Naruto, the 3.0 Jinchuriki entrusted with hope, a bunch of different hands, the big fan weapon accessory, as well as a chain to connect it to his body, and this is a metal chain as well, and alternate hands with they're blades or rods, I can't remember what they are, but they swap on as well. So he comes with a pretty good set of accessories, and that lineup is made even better if you have other figures in the Naruto line, because a lot of the accessories are compatible between figures just because some of them are quite general. So taken out of the box here is Obito, and he looks pretty damn good. They've done a fantastic job consistently with the Naruto line lately, and Obito is no exception. All the colors are on point, the sculpting is fantastic. I like that it is asymmetrical, even though it would be nice if it was symmetrical, just because I like non-battle damaged Toby Obito sort of look. But after the face reveal in the series, it matches way better that he is partly damaged, and it lets them show quite a bit more detail of the figure itself, so you can see the skin tone being mixed between the cream skin color as well as the sort of pale white of Zetsu, and I think it works quite nicely. The asymmetrical design does also impact posability just a little bit, but it doesn't affect it enough to really warrant it being an issue. But you can see the sculpt is fantastically done. It borrows a bit from the other Naruto figures, which is perfectly fine because a lot of the character designs do share similarities. But it looks really, really good. I do like how they designed Obito's face. It does have the wrinkles like it should. They might not be super prominent just because of the lighting that I have at the moment, but trust me, it's there, and all of the paint detailing on the eyes is also fantastic. Before we go any further, we'll do a quick size comparison. So here he is next to Kakashi, and they look quite good together. And here he is next to the 3.0 Naruto. So you can roughly see how Obito stands. He's about the same height as Kakashi, but Kakashi looks a little bit taller just because of his hair. So he'll fit in with pretty much any other Naruto figure, no problem. Now, as for posability, he's got a ball joint at the head, which allows for pretty free movement. His collar does move a bit out of the way, so it's not really restrictive. His arms can move up that far unassisted on both sides pretty well. There is an upper arm rotation on both arms, as well as an elbow bend on both arms, and you can see the sleeved arm doesn't bend as deeply, but it's fine. There is an additional ball joint at the end of the sleeve, so you get a tiny bit more articulation on that side, so I think it's a bit of compensation, as well as a ball hinge at the wrist. There's a ball joint at the upper chest, allowing for a side-to-side and rotation, and a decent ab crunch. There's also a swivel at the waist, which is nice and hidden, and he can kick forward that far, he can bend his knee that far, and there is a rotation at the ankle as well as a bend and pivot. The pivot on my left leg for Obito doesn't really want to work, but it works perfectly fine on the right leg. I don't know why, but it doesn't hinder his posability that much. It's just a little bit weird. It feels like if I force it, it'll break, but it's perfectly fine as is. I can sort of fake it and pose it using the actual hinge instead of the pivot. And there is a toe bend. And the soft material of the skirt is fantastic. It's segmented and gets out of the way, so he can kick back no problem. And he can hold a pose and swivel his legs, no issues at all. There is also a butterfly joint in both of the arms. They aren't hindered by the asymmetry at all. They can bend forward without any issue at all. So you can get Obito into some pretty good jutsu poses. They really need to get the Naruto team to talk to the One Piece team to figure out just how hard and soft plastics should work for skirts. Because we've had Orochimaru, Obito, and Sasuke in the new Naruto line, and all of their skirts have been perfect. Even the Sakura skirt was fantastic. So I think they really need to work on this stuff, because Zoro's was pretty rough. And Yamato's is much better, but could have still done a little bit of tweaking. So Obito comes with 4 faces. So there's a standard neutral face, a sinister smirk, a teeth-gritted angry face, and a puffing face that's meant to be for fireball jutsus. He also comes with an entirely separate head sculpt, which is his masked version, and this is the head and neck, which is nice because it creates it very seamlessly and looks really nice. The tassels at the back are posable, and while this face is absolutely incredible, it would have made it even better if you could see his eyes underneath the mask, but that is asking for a little bit too much. And lastly, there is a Sage Mode Naruto face, which looks very good as well. And with his assortment of hands, he pairs well with most other figures just fine, and looks fantastic up against Kakashi, Naruto, just about anyone. I do also love the fan and chain accessory. It's really, really neat how it connects, and it's a really solid hold. I do like that the chain is metal and it behaves pretty much exactly how you'd expect it to. And it's just long enough to get into good poses and just short enough that it doesn't feel like it'll relax and make dynamic poses feel useless or anything like that. So it's nice that it holds together and looks good. I loved swapping out all the different accessories. I love that you get pretty much every single hand has a left and right variant, whereas some other figures have only left or right hands. So you can really mix and match things with this Obito and make it look really, really good. And he's just a joy to pose. He does just about anything you want without any problems. Like I've said for several other Figuarts, I feel confident playing with this figure, whereas some others I feel really, really stressed out, or I need to be especially careful, like the Griffith and Guts. I had to be careful handling those, whereas something like Chainsaw Man or the legendary Super Saiyan Goku, I could have as much fun as I wanted with that figure and not worry about it. And Obito is much the same. I can just play around and have fun with the figure, which means a lot. He's just a good all-round figure, poses well, matches with a lot of the other Naruto figures. Really, really looking forward to what they do next. I know that they're doing the Naruto Top 99 figures that have new accessories or changed accessories and redone paint jobs, and I think that's cool, but I am keen to see what the next big thing is for the line. Hopefully it's something like a Tsunade, because they did the event exclusive Jiraiya not super long ago and did the Orochimaru, so it'd be nice to have Tsunade to round out that group. But it'd also be nice to have characters like Itachi reimagined for today's figurine standards, and things like that. But that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time.